Yo, JD here to all of us, and as you can see by the video here today, we are finally back with career mode. And I know it's pretty much been a couple of months since my first one, but I'm really planning to do this on a weekly upload now. So every Friday or Saturday should be a brand new career mode race. And we are in Malaysia here today, which is a pretty good track for me. I know I say that for almost every track I play, but for this track, I actually do enjoy this. It's a very real driver's track for me. And you'll be able to see my qualifying lap now. This was a really good lap. I did this about a month ago now, and this lap was pretty much the maximum I could get out of this McLaren. So I'm using a setup as well, and pretty much the same setup as I used before. I think I'm using 2-1 wings and similar to what I'm using in the Race Against Pole series. And that's up, so you can check out that video if you haven't seen that one already. But this lap, it should be a pretty good one, and my aim for this championship is really just to, I think the highest someone else has got when they've done a championship was like top 8 or something like that, or 8th place or something. So I would love to get a top 5 because this car is quite a big handful, particularly on the straights. It's pretty much like a NASA drag shoot on the straights. I know I've tweeted that picture out quite a few times, but it literally is just diabolical on the straight line. So we've got to make it up on the corners as much as possible, and this track is a pretty good track for that. Lots of change of direction, slow speed to high speed corners, and there is a few long straights, but hopefully we'll be able to negate that disadvantage by just trying to keep up with the momentum throughout the corners. And so far in this lap, as you can see, a really nice one. Already currently on provisional pole at the moment, but planning to improve it just a little bit more. See what we can do, get in DRS as possible, and trying to focus on its braking point for the last corner. It's a very tricky place. I look for the left hand side, so I always look for that bollard just as I go past that red sign on the left. Don't really necessarily need to hit the apex as tight as possible for it, because we want to carry the speed as much as possible. I'm using the camber of the corner, going up to a line, and that is provisional pole still at the moment. We'll to see if anyone can beat that time. And it looks like we haven't. We managed to actually keep it on the front row, so we managed to get a pole position in the McLaren Honda, which is something I didn't expect after through practice and racing around Australia beforehand. It's definitely a little bit unexpected, and we got it by a little bit of a margin as well. So hopefully we can convert this over to race, but I do know there's actually going to be wet conditions. So moving on to lights now, and away we go for this Grand Prix, and trying to get a good start here, trying to use a lean tactic as I have been using my previous video as well. But Mercedes and Ferrari getting a good start. Vettel's coming down the inside as well, but it is so important just try and keep ahead of his car. So trying to box out Mercedes on the left and try and hold it down the inside of Ferrari, but he managed to just cut in the inside of us. And it looks like we've actually held second place, so we've actually managed to keep Vettel behind, and Rosberg is now ahead of us in the lead. And the plan for this race now is just to try and stay with Rosberg as much as possible, because I know we've got the pace. We managed to get pole position in the dry, and so if we could just try and keep that consistency, as we're now being hounded by Vettel in the Ferrari. It's going to be quite a difficult Grand Prix, because it looks like the AI in the race, and you can see Rosberg already is pulling away from us. So one lap pace and low fuel was good for us, but it seems on the high fuel where you're going to need a lot more of that engine power to help you down the straights, and more of the aero to do the work for the high speed. It doesn't look like it's working for us, as Vettel has gone down the inside. So we're going to let him have this corner, try and get a switch back on him, as the car does seem to be relatively good and straight. I'm using about 2-1 wings in this race from what I remember. So down the straights, hopefully we should be able to get him back in this first corner, because we want to get a podium position. That's what I was really looking for, and to go down the inside, but manages to keep his composure on the apex, and we have to slot him behind and follow him for now. So right now we've got a little bit of a gap behind us. That's actually Hamilton behind us as well. So probably the last position one behind us. So you can see the AI through this corner, first left, right, seem to be a little bit slow. So we're going to go down the inside here, see if Vettel, and he actually just gives us the corner. So hold it through in 4th gear, try and keep it on the track. And it looks like he's just giving us the corner. So the AI, a little bit reluctant to turn in there, so giving us plenty of space. And we'll be able to see moving on to the next few laps now. And again, we've got a little bit of a train behind us. You can see Hamilton hounding Vettel as well. And Rosberg has now just got away. His pace is just far superior in the race, and it looks like we're not going to be challenging for the win this race, but just trying to keep ahead of the cars behind. You can see now Hamilton's actually got past Vettel for 3rd place, and we're just going to give him this corner, try and get in DRS, try and go out wide, try and get a switchback once again, try and get that traction. It looks like Vettel's got us as well, and we can see if we could do anything going down the straight on speed. But yeah, it's a struggle in this car, and you can see we're coming on to attack as well from Bottas, and this McLaren Honda is just absolutely terrible in the straight line. It is so bad. But I'm really enjoying driving this car because it's a really big challenge. I know some people want me to drive in like the Manor or something, but that would literally be beyond suicide if I did that. So going into the pits, pitting at end of lap 6 now, going on to another set of option tyres as well. So we'll go for a little bit of a different strategy to what we were prescribed beforehand before my engineer. So we'll go out on the faster tyres, just try and get a little bit of an undercut on the guys who decide to stay out, because our tyres were starting to go quite badly as well. And Raikkonen's actually jumped us. He's actually gone for the undercut. So we'll go try and stay with him and try and do the best we possibly can. And we're going to go for a move down the inside possibly before the Polsat corner. Managed to get Raikkonen, I think that's Grosjean as well, into the Polsat corner. So it's a really nice move, a must-do move really, because that's where you make up the advantage for the undercut. You really got to get past cars as quick as possible, otherwise having that advantage through pitting early just completely goes away. But skipping on to the end of the race, or in the middle of the race now, going into the pits once again, end of lap 11. Position seems to be the same, and we haven't really been able to gain on any cars because just the pace, it's been consistent. We haven't really been closing on any cars or losing any speed to the cars behind. But we just got to keep consistent, and it looks like the weather is actually getting a little bit darker now as well. And I know before the race that it said it might go into actual wet. So you can see we're going to go on to the prime tyre. I'm just anticipating this. I'm going to go another set of options again. Just to see if it does rain. We're going to try and stay out for as long as possible over here. And you can see we're now behind the Sauber of NASA. And we've got to get past him as quick as possible, as we did with the Ferrari and Lotus before, because we do not want to be held up as the other cars are staying. So we've got to go down the inside here, hold it in 3rd gear. We've got a teammate ahead of us as well, which should be a relatively easy pass. But looking at a replay of this once again, these kind of moves are moves that you definitely need to do when undercutting cars. So go down the inside, just with a league racing kind of mindset as you're coming out the pits. But you can see we're behind Alonso now, so going through the fast left right, we're going to have a lot more grip than him. Just being on newer tyres and running out wide just a little bit. We're going to go down the inside. Should be a relatively easy pass, but it looks like again, same with Vettel in the Ferrari at the early stages of the race. AI just seemed to just gift you that corner if you just go down. So we can see Raikkonen has actually lost his wing, so I have no idea what has happened to him. And we're just going to take the position. So that's good news for us. And I have no idea how he's lost his wing before they're on the straight. I don't know if the wings can just fly off or something. We can see Dan Hulkenberg will go down the inside for the fast right-hander to go give us the space again. And that is another crucial move done, up into 6th place once again. It looks like we've got the Williams and Bottas ahead of us now, next target on the board. And we are able to see a replay of this once again. So for the fast left right, just with the superior grip, you can just see how much more grip. So it does prove that McLaren chassis actually has some grip through the high speed corners. But skipping on to lap 23 now, and from here we've been trying to close in the Bottas as much as possible. Pulled out a little bit of a lead on the cars behind and through people pitting. But it looks like we got into 5th place, mainly through Raikkonen having that mechanical failure as well. And right now it's a bit disappointing because I really wanted to get a podium so badly. But we're just trying to close in Bottas. The gap seems to be coming down ever so slightly. But look at the weather. The weather actually seems to be turning into wets. And you can see now from the replay camera, it's actually started to rain. So we're going to go into the pits. And this could be a crucial part of our race. If the other cars stay out and we manage to get an undercut. As you can see, the wheel spin we had coming into the pits there as well. I actually almost lost the car into the barrier coming into there. But end of lap 24 now. We're going to go on to intermediate tyres. Not quite wet enough for full wets for this game. So intermediate tyres. And we'll be able to see what we can do. And we come out just behind Bottas. So not that far behind. So it looks like 4th place is definitely for the taking. I believe we're going to stay on board to the end of this lap because the AI definitely seemed to take a little bit of time to warm up in this race. You can see for the first sector particularly, and the early part of the second sector, throughout fast left, right. Don't know what it is, but it just seems that AI just seems to be a little bit hesitant through there. So this is pretty much our only opportunity. We're on the same tyres as well, same tyre level, same tyre age as well, and it seems the AI can actually go on longer in their tyres, and just through just the pure traction, lack of traction, we just seem to get a little bit more wheel spin. This is the point now where we can actually do something in terms of getting full place. So we really need to get past him in this lap. If we don't get past him in this lap, then it's looking pretty unlikely that we're going to get past him for the rest of this lap. But you can see this time around in the wet conditions, AI seems to be a little bit more comfortable through here, and with the straight line speed of Bottas as well. You know, if we're not going to make it up through the corners, it's going to be incredibly difficult to actually overtake this guy down straight. So we can see in the low speed corners, mechanical grip wise, we definitely do seem to have a little bit of pace, but you can see just not really closing in enough. But we can see if we could try, because I believe we're going to get DRS down here straight as well. So let's see if we can actually get as close as possible, try and make a move into the penultimate corner or into the turn one. That would be a good place. So we can see on traction, just can't get close to them. Having a DRS, see if it makes an impact down the straight. But you can see I think we're actually losing time down the straight. So the McLaren in a straight line just isn't strong enough. And hopefully around other tracks, and we don't even get DRS for this one, we're actually out of the DRS zone. So it looks like that is done and dusted. We're going to try and keep consistent, see if anyone has any more mechanical failures. And we come on tap 28 now. We can see the gap is just relatively staying the same, can't get any closer just through the dirty air, and just a straight line speed maybe of the Williams. It just in a high speed, they seem to have an advantage, but in the low speed, you can see through is going through the corner. We actually do make up time, but on the exit, we just can't get anywhere near, and it looks like the race winner is Nico Rosberg. So that wasn't really much of a surprise. Someone's going into the pits, but I believe he's actually a lapped car. So you can see almost losing the car as well, and that's what I mean. Just traction just seems to really go quite easy, but very happy with that. Says we'll actually come in fourth place. I don't know if someone's actually gone to the pits or something. I'll have to double check that again. Doesn't look like we're too happy, because I did want a podium, so pretty disappointed with that. Felt I could have had a podium. I felt pretty confident in the qualifying pace beforehand. And you can see we've actually come in fourth place somehow. So I don't know. Bottas actually had a penalty. So AI actually had a penalty, which I don't know how he did that. He must have had a first corner incident or corner cutting or something like that. But we've actually managed to get fourth place in the championships. That is pretty good news for us. So a good race. Wasn't too much action really, apart from the start. But just being consistent, we've managed to secure top four place for this race and for the championship. We're able to move on to that in a sec. It's looking pretty good. We're actually third in the championship, so it's not too far behind Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton and Mercedes. So that's a good start. Trying to make as much as possible for the more of the twistier tracks, more of the higher downforce tracks. Bahrain, China, if that's straight in China, oh my god, that is going to be pretty painful. So hopefully you've enjoyed this episode. Should be a weekly upload, or hopefully every 4 to 5 days now. So please leave a like if you did enjoy it. Feels good to be back. I'm doing these sorts of videos. We'll be doing other videos between career mode episodes. So let me know what you want to see. Race against pole, this, and just down for tip videos, and may even do F1 videos. So just talk about the actual F1 Grand Prix, just a bit of analysis after the race or something as well. So let me know what you want to see. Thank you so much for the support recently, and I will see you next time. Cheers.